What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee Talk back celebrating as my Buffalo Bills advance to the AFC Championship. I've been telling everyone all week. I've been telling everyone all season. No one wanted to hear me, man. You know, every time I make these videos, I constantly talk about all the doubters, right, of Josh Allen and the Bills. And as the seasons progressed and we've weekend went out there and proved that we're a for real football team, legitimate Super Bowl contenders. More people within the sports media or just, everyday fans like me and you started saying, you know what, the Bills are for real. The Bills are for real, like more and more people. But I was still surprised leading into this game at home. A lot of people still picked the Ravens. Everyone was just saying that Ravens defense is too strong. That defense is a monster. And they run the ball so well. The Bills struggle against the run, which, our defense is tightened up a lot from, like mid-season and on. And I got to say, I never had any doubts at all. This was our game, But it was wild out there. How about that wind? We had kickers missing field goals. I was very critical of Bass, the Bills kicker. He struggled early on in the season, and I don't know. I was like, I don't really, and then everyone, kept saying, Jay, chill. And then I'm sitting last night listening to a podcast, doing some things around the house, and his name got brought up. And I was like, man, you know what? I was wrong about Bass, but he goes out there and shanks 2 kicks. But, the wind really was a factor out there. It was affecting throws, too. I mean, we saw balls like I just moving real funny. I heard Collinsworth and what's his face, like, man, the Ravens, because the Ravens had some drop passes, quite a few, and he's like, Baltimore is not used to seeing balls move this way. But man, oh man, this feels great. This really does, man. First off, the first half, we're out there trading punches. Our defense comes up huge in key times, because the Ravens did march down right in our territory, but our defense stayed strong. And, skipping ahead a little bit, we go to halftime 3-3, right? Ravens get a late drive, under the 2-minute warning and tack on 3, tie the game up. But our second half starts, the Bills, we march down the field, making it look real easy and put 7 on the board. Great drive. Josh Allen looked phenomenal. The whole Bills looked phenomenal. And who gets the 7? You guessed it, the best receiver in the NFL, Stefon Diggs, who had 8 receptions for 106 yards and a touchdown. So that's both playoff games. He's eclipsed the 100-yard mark. Like, Stefon Diggs is the truth. And we just continue to look at the chemistry that him and Josh Allen have. And it's just amazing, man. Now, like I said, our D was playing very, very physical, right? Very strong, very physical, putting pressure on Lamar Jackson, 4 sacks. Okay, he ended up getting hurt. I hope he's okay. I'm never the guy that celebrates someone being injured or anything. You got to be a pure scumbag to do that. But we were, he's a mobile quarterback. He's got legs. He's got wheels. And we got in his head, man. We did. And we saw, Baltimore ends up marching down in our red zone. And that's when that beauty of a pick 6 for 101 yards by Teron Johnson. And from that point, I almost stopped and made a video right then and there. I really did, because I knew, that's the ball game, man, But like I said, Jackson goes down. Tyler Huntley comes in. He had 60 yards, but we were playing like soft prevent when he was in there. He overthrew AB's cousin. What's his name again? Marquise Brown. He overthrew him. Yeah, so like I said, he was 6 of 13 for 60. Lamar, 12 of 24 for $162. No touchdowns, but a pick, that pick six. He had 34 yards on the ground. The Ravens as a team had a $150 on the ground. Josh Allen, 23 of 37 for 206 and a TD. And those are big numbers in the kind of game that this was, with the wind out there and the style of offense that we're playing. Like, Allen was solid, man. He kept his composure. You know, I brought this up last week, man. When it's the playoffs, for, you know, a player early in their career like Allen to go out there and play the way he's playing says a lot about his character. You hear all the guys in the NFL always talking about how playoff football is just different football. And I really love seeing how we're getting them with the hard count too. Like, I love it, man. Late in the game there, we get them on the hard count, and it gets us to a 3rd and 2, right? Then we end up punting. And how about that? The game ends on a running into the kicker call. If he would have got a piece of the football, it wouldn't have been a flag, but he missed. And that's the ball game, man. And how about the Bills Mafia? Like, what was the number? 6,000 something out there, jamming up the Ravens when they're in the huddle, having them have multiple false start calls on that one drive. They end up backed up to their one. They ended up getting the first. I was mad about that, but you know, that was pretty crazy. The announcers were like, "Yo, it's 6,000 Bills Mafia, and it sounds like 60,000." You know what I mean? We're amped up, we're ready, and I don't know. We could end up getting the Browns or the Chiefs. Murder Man, my moderator, he's a Browns fan. That'd be something if it was Buffalo and Cleveland in that title game. I really, like I keep saying, I really think we got the Chiefs number, that we could go out there and beat them. But I wouldn't count Cleveland out, man. They're flying high, got good momentum off that shellacking they put on the Steelers. So I don't know. It is what it is. And then how about out over there in the NFC? Brady taking on Breeze and the Saints, who have been my pick to win the NFC, has been the Saints. But the Brady bunch has let me know, you know, as I said, I was critical. I've mentioned this in numerous NFL videos. I was very critical of Brady and the Bucs this year, but they turned it around. But later in the season and came into the playoffs with good momentum. But I really feel like Breeze and the Saints go out there and shut them down. You know, they swept them this season. You know, that they're in Brady's head. He's going to choke tomorrow. How about, what's his name? Des Bryant out there, though, crying. Brian, why are you crying? Des Bryant's crying for a pass interference call when it was a clean play, but just the refs were really letting them play out there tonight, which was good. We didn't see a lot of tic-tacky calls or whatever you want to call them. I like that they let them play physical. You know, Baltimore was a physical team. We matched their physicality, and we beat them. We beat them. They couldn't even get in the end zone. Go Bills. Hit the comments. Let's talk about it, guys. We're going to the Super Bowl, baby. Thanks for watching. I'm gone.